this polar equation. R equals to 7 times cosine of 2 theta. So first you have to go to the mode on your calculator. Make sure the third line is on degree, the fourth line is on polar, POL. Alright, and then you go to second mode to quick. You go to y equal, and then you enter the equation. So 7 times cosine of 2 theta. Just hit the X key, you will get the theta. So this is done, and then we have to set up the table. So go to second window. Make sure the table starts at 0. The increment is 15 degree because our table, the increment is 15 degree on our table. And then you go to second graph, you see all the table values, right? So when x is equals to 0, we have a 7, and then 6.06, 3.5, 0, negative 3.5, and then you hit the down arrow, so you see negative 6.06, negative 7, negative 6.06, negative 3.5, and then 135, we have a 0, and then a 3.5, and then a 6.06, 7, 6.06, 3.5, 0, negative 3.5, and then negative 6.06, negative 7, negative 6.06, and then negative 3.5, and then a 0, and then a 3.5, and then a 3.4. The last one is 6.06. All right, and then the 360 degrees, so we just go back to the 0. So let's see what the graph looks like. So the first one, when x is equals to 0, we have a 7, right? So 7 is right here, and then 6.06, and then 3.5, and then 0, and then negative 3.5. Okay, let's trace this first. Alright, so negative 3.5 at 60 degree is in quadrant 1. We have negative 3.5. That means we have to go reflect 180 degrees. So make a jump from quadrant 1 to quadrant 3. So 3.5. So we are going this way. 1, 2, 3. And then 3.5. So let's erase the point that we don't need. And then 75 degree is 6.06, so that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.06, and then negative 7, and then negative 6.06, negative 3.5 is symmetrical. After you got one, you can easily got the rest. And then 135 degree is back to a 0, so we go this way. So we just finished at 135, and then 150 is 3.5, so we are back to normal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, okay. 1, 2, 3, 3.5, and then 6.06, and then 7, and then 6.06, and then 3.5, and then go back to 0. So we went this way. So it looks like we are almost done. Okay, which one did I just stop? 235, and then 240. Now we have to do negative again, so we are not going to quadrant 3. We have to 240 is right here, right? So you reflect 180 degree. So now we jump over to quadrant 1. 240 is negative 3.5. So that is 1, 2, 3, 3.5 right there. And then 6.06, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a little bit more, and then a negative 7, 6.06, and then a 3.5, and then a 0. So we went this way. And then the last one is 330, 3.5, and then 6.06. And then the 360 degree, then we just go back to the 0. Then we went this way. So that is what the graph looks like. So this is the graph of what? This is the graph of r equals to 7 times cosine of 2 theta. Alright, so let's check our result. So all you have to do is you press graph, and then you will see the result. So that's how you graph a polar equation using a calculator, and then we obtain the table value from a calculator, and then use the table value to do the graph by ourselves. I don't ask my student to draw the orientation. So when you do this, especially when you are doing this on paper, if sketching the direction or orientation is required, that you need to use the little arrow to trace the orientation to. All right, so that will be the end of this video. If you think that is helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Appreciate your help. I will see you all in the next lesson. Signing out.